Testing. 1, 2. Right. Do it. Let's grab some. All right. Now that's what. So looking out here on our scanner, the one that I see sticking out beyond all others looks like RADX. All right, let's go look at this chart and do our due diligence here. So RADX, big move from $4, got over that ATR high, ripped up to 26. So look into it. Radio Farm Theranostics Limited. So it looks like it does have catalysts on the day. It says Radioform Theranostics achieves primary endpoint in 92% of patients at interim analysis of RAD 101. Phase 2 imaging trial and brain metastasis. That's pretty big. All right, let's look at the statistics and see where it's from. Float is a pretty big float out here, 1.65 billion. 1.65 billion. Let me notate that. Here's outstanding 7.88 million. Copy all of that. Doesn't have a huge share short either. Just looking through the rest of it. But this is all we really need to remember on this. Pretty large float there. And let's see, let's go over to the profile. Already back down to $17 from 26. All right, Radifarm Theranostics Limited, a clinical stage radiotherapeutics company, engages in research and development of radiopharmaceutical products. Now, these radiopharmaceutical products, diagnostics, therapeutics uses in areas of high unmet medical needs. The company develops several products, including, okay, this one is the main one, brain metastasis. I'm wondering, will we see anything else come out for brain cancer? But I'm not sure. That's kind of rare to see multiple of that. It has brain metastasis, lung diagnostics, small cell lung therapeutics. It is out of Carlton, Australia. Okay, so we got to be kind of careful on that. The company was incorporated in 2021 and is based out of Carlton, Australia. It says it has 14 employees. Oops. That sector healthcare biotech with 14 employees. Back up here. First thing we do is due diligence. Then the next thing is look for a daily chart, and see where it's playing. Radioform Theranostics, that was 20 minutes ago. Okay, so this is the most recent news, 20 minutes ago. The last news was 26 days ago. All right, so let's jump over to our daily chart. Get an idea of what this is over here doing. Oh, let me add that keyword of brain metastasis, what we're looking at today. So edit and keyword brain metastasis. The other thing I want to make sure that I don't forget is that large float. I'm gonna put that at the top so I remember that off the rip. Okay, there we go. There are my notes for today on this one. Float 1.65 billion. That is a super high float, especially in comparison to these shares outstanding. 50 or not 57. That shouldn't be 57. Oh, the copy paste be tripping. That should be 7 million. He's not giving us the wrong information. Now that's right. That's right. All right. Now, large float, shares outstanding 7.88 million. I think I'm gonna move that up too. Yeah. All right. So it's coming on down. People are doing some reading, seeing the float and all of that, and people are like, whoa, 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 what's going on? It's up 260% with only 4 million shares traded. Now, on Friday, we had cannabis stocks go up. Cannabis stocks went crazy on Friday. I ended up trading YCBD, and we're gonna see if they want to continue today. But CBD is the only one that I see that is still green. On our own watch here, I had notated it and other cannabis stocks that were moving up. YCBD, IMCC, ASTC, ACON, RYM, but all of these are red and they don't have much volume. So they really are not sticking around. I'm gonna keep YCBD up here just to see what it does on today. It's only up 14% on today, but it had almost 300, or it might have had more than 300 million on Friday. Huge trading. But we want to see where the focus is on today, and where the catalyst is. So we know Radix has catalyst. Only has 5 million shares traded though. YCBD, no catalyst on today. WOK, no catalyst. BDRX, nothing. All right, let's go to the higher float. So we have leading with percentage gain, MIST, MIST. Looks like it has something. Reported Friday milestone wins. FDA approval. So that was reported Friday though. Must be an aftermarket move or something. Doesn't have much catalyst or doesn't have much volume. Let's go to OCG, which has 38 million shares traded. No catalyst on today. AMCI, nothing. Mindwalk Holdings. KYTX, $10. It does have catalyst for today. It prepares to announce a top-line registrational phase 2 data from its KYV 101 in stiff person syndrome. Hey, I don't know. That's going to be the hottest thing. Doesn't have much volume. Then we have CGC, which is another cannabis stock that was up on Friday. But again, not that much volume. So we focus on where the volume is, OCG and CG and ASBP up here as well with no catalyst. So we just kind of got to see and wave out where people are. Right now, I think they're on this biggest mover. It's sucking up attention, which is RADX. No clear structure as of yet. Came down here, this low of pre-market was 426. And right here, we can start to see some kind of structure here. Let me see this part. Okay. So it came down here to a flat bottom of 1515. It's making an outlier right now. The top of this is 1902. It's over a little bit. But still no clear bottom. There's a little uptrend here, but we'll see if it ends up breaking right here from 1505 up here. And we still didn't check the daily chart. Let's go check the daily chart. That is the other very important piece of the puzzle. Okay, so look at this daily chart on RADX. This looks like death. This is actual death. It's been trading flat for a long time down here, and no clear anything really. Has a previous spike back here on what, 2025. This is a relatively new company too. Started trading in December 2024, and a year later does this pop. Last time it was up here, it was a little peak up here at 1111, so I'm gonna take note of that right there. Oh, that was off. Okay, looks like 1111. There it is. Okay, 1111. That could be a possible something. So possible daily level. But it's quite a ways away from this 1111 for right now. Had a previous gap up here. Zoom into that. Gap right here, 1459. Bottom side of this gap, so I'm gonna take that into consideration. 14.9. Actually, let me just duplicate that other one. Actually, no, this is gonna be a gap. So edit. This is the lower side of the gap. Lower daily gap. Level. duplicate. The other one higher is right up in here. 1539 is seeing 39. Okay, it's gonna be your higher daily gap. Then beyond that, for it to go up to $50, that'll be insane, especially with this high float. So let's go see where those levels are plotted. Here are our levels, possible daily. This was just like a kind of interesting little level out here at 1130. And then this is the high and low gap that it's trying to hold above. Once again, notes, and I'm here to see right on this trend. All right, so we did get a little peak outburst out here to 1945. Let's see if this continues this downtrend on that little outlier. Or if it wants to hold out and continue up this trend, we don't know. At 5 million shares traded. Good morning, good morning. Senate called out TSLL. Looking around. See what it does at these higher and lower gap levels. 1539 will be the first kind of test. But if it breaks this down, it will be breaking down this little uptrend here. They'll have to reclaim it, or we may see a larger drop. So just looking out. The point of control on this one is 1015 down here, which is where the majority of shares were traded. And you can look at here on the 1 minute, you see this little, looks like a micro dip where everybody tried to get in and they got that initial rip there. Good Monday morning. Let me look at my so this is where I'm sitting from Friday, my trades. So I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades this month. All of them have been green. YCB, I haven't traded under around $1 in a long time. But YCB, it just the catalyst that it had and the sector movement, the cannabis sector movement, I had to get on it. So YCB, let's go do that. So this is pretty much the chart. My entry, it dropped on me a little bit, but I had bigger size, so I was okay with this drop. And then it ripped on through back up here. Now at the highs, I was up $300, and I was taking a little profit, especially at the tip top. I was taking a little profit, but it did end up dropping back down as I continued to take profit off. So that's the running P&L during the trade. There, bought this dip down here, got a nice little splash up, but you see my sell point here, and the rest of it, I just is what it is. It just happened. So went up to $1.10, and I was selling around 110. I had planned on selling at 104, but it ripped way through it. And I was just selling. It did end up throwing a tail all the way back down here where I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I sold, and then it bought right back up and went back up to 150. So it is what it is. Left a little bit of cash on the table, but whatever. Have not seen a 30-cent win yet on this month. Smaller and smaller wins during December, but I'm trying to capitalize where I can. Back over here to Rad X. So it is following this trend down somewhat. Tried to hold up there at the 1735s, and we'll see how it handles these gaps. But remember, this is a higher float stock, so it's probably not going to be as volatile as some of the bigger ones. There's a little bit of information mismatch on this one. Anytime you have a float that is this big, but your shares outstanding is 7.88 M's, something is wrong. Let me go check the shelf registrations for this too on RADX. Okay, so prospectus, don't see any shelf registrations. Have anything coming out from the Fed today? Today is the 15th. 15th, we have the inflation outlook at Columbia University by Stephen Moran. Discussion by Christopher Waller, Economic Outlook. It's like about it on this week. See how that goes. That's in New York at Columbia University today. Waiting for something to pop up with some catalyst that meets the criteria that is a clearly low float, micro float, or if it's not a micro float, at least makes sense in the even for a non-micro to trade. Because I'm down with it. I'm looking for something with a nice catalyst. All right, so RDAX coming right down in between these gap levels. Yep. And the next possible daily level that I saw down here was 1112. I don't know if it's gonna make its way right down there or if it's going to grind around these daily gap levels until people figure out, hey, this thing is probably not going back up. It's extremely slowed down in volume for sure. iRobot ended up falling off the map a little bit. Got 16 million, down 66% on that fall off. Hopefully nobody got caught in that. To the scans right now. Something new to pop up. I don't know if I'm gonna find anything else on YCBD though. I'm gonna wait for RADX to die off completely. You can see it kind of came down here to a bottom 1362 and continue. People kind of just questioning, is this a level around here between this 15 or whatever? This is like a dollar move in here though. Just a slight uptrend here, and we'll see if it ends up breaking this down. The bottom of this is 1363. They could, this is indecisive level. I mean, they could retest this. We'll see. Or it could break on down. Broke down just a little bit, just a smaller lower. Oh, never mind. Continues to push. All right, we can go ahead and clear this one. That we got this one downtrend, but that doesn't mean that it's over. It's still kind of holding out of here. Still has room to 11.11. This point of control still hasn't moved either. $5 million or going towards 6 million shares traded on it. Maybe people get desperate, but at this point, I'm just not finding the structure do anything yet. Kind of sitting back, realizing coming off the weekend. Oh, what is this one? Mask, M-A-S-K. This is a 3E network signed master services agreement with Orca Technologies to develop a 26 megawatt AI data center in Finland. Okay, I see Hong Kong in the news too. So let's look at Mask. Get Mask here. 6 million shares traded. Mask 3E Network Technology Group. Statistics. It's ready. Okay, so over here on Mask, we have a float of 6.85 million. Shares outstanding, 16.85 million. Okay, that looks good. Insiders, heavy insider holding. Let's go. Copy that. All of that. Paste. All right, and let's go over to their profile. Is this Hong Kong or Chinese? Up 142% with 7 million shares traded on it. This is out of Hong Kong, so that is probably a no-go. Hopefully TOS is blocking this one. We'll see though. Out of 2021, based in Hong Kong. So all right, so 3E Network Technology Group Limited, through its subsidiaries, engages in the provision of business-to-business information technology solutions for companies in the People's Republic of China. It offers, and I'm gonna put that one in there. I always want to see. That's even worse. It's got both of them. So Hong Kong, People's Republic of China. Okay. The company also provides software solutions to exhibition and conferencing partners in the design, planning, execution. Okay, so let's stop killing time on this. What is it? It's got 13 full-time employees. The sector is technology, industry software application with 13 employees. Okay, and we'll see if that's where people start to flow. Seeing that it is Hong Kong Chinese, will people risk the biscuit for it? And I'm also do a test trade to see if it is blocked. Should be. Hopefully it is. Let's see. Okay, so there are my notes out there. Activate Hong Kong, People's Republic of China. Let's go over here and make sure I'm set today. And then see during pre-market, you could do test trades like this. I don't know if you could do like if you could change it to extend it and do a trade, change it to extended during intraday and it doesn't go through. But this is a good test for during pre-market. You set it today and you set it to 1, and then you try to buy the bid. And it is blocked. Perfect. All right, so that one is a no-go. 10 million shares traded. Looks like it's gonna start to try to be the leader on today. So we will continue to keep eyes on it, especially if it does. It has 11 million shares. Ooh, that sell-off though. All reading the same thing at the same time and saying nope. But yeah, it currently has more volume than RADX and about to have more volume than YCBD. So it's probably going to be the leader when it comes to volume. But getting absolutely ran down from where it was at 81 cents. A lot of people. And the thing is, when it's blocked on TOS, it's missing a lot of trading volume. So it's better just to be like, all right, well, yeah, it's tradable, but it's missing a lot of the volume that it would have with this platform in it. Okay. So continue to look around and see if that becomes the thing on today. But it does have keywords AI, data center, and actually, let me make note of that because we could see something else come up trying to challenge it, building data centers. So let's keep an eye on that too. So we've had, where's my tools? Trade Think Log. So we had cannabis on Friday, and today we're seeing AI data center. So AI data center. From what's from Mask, Chinese company. So we want to see if anything else US based gets that AI data center news. Mask, Chinese, People's Republic of China. See if we can get a trickle down somewhere else. People's Republic of China on the ticker Mask. Okay, so AI data center on this ticker on 15th. So topics that we saw from previous weeks, we had gold, AI, and tokenization. We had China came out with EV batteries and prepares a $7 billion chip sector incentives. Then on Friday, cannabis took over and it's looking a little dead today. And then today we got the AI data center. So I will be on the watch for that. Mass continue to fall off the roof. Rad also just trying to hold out, but thinking this overall trend is gonna end up being the end of it. Getting very tight in here. On Mask, still up 228%, but now Mask is 15 million shares traded. Good morning to everybody that is on YouTube, Twitch. Wait, where streaming at? YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Everybody that has tuned in, we're doing our due diligence in the morning, finding the red flags, but taking note of why or what is moving them, right? So Mask is a red flag Chinese company, but AI data centers. Keep that in mind during the day. If you see anything else pop up, you'd be like, okay, there was a Chinese stock that tried this earlier. And it might not be today, it might be later on in the week, but still having it in mind, having it noted could change your week. Okay, RADX popping back up through these levels of these previous gaps. So this will be another outlier, especially if it stops here. But wherever it stops, that's going to be the next downtrend, and we'll look for it to break this 1356. Now it had a little bit of a rarer catalyst with the brain metastasis. The only thing that threw me off over here was that high float went with low outstanding shares. That's a mismatch. So didn't want that was a red flag for me. Are we gonna see anything else pop up saying, hey, we got something for brain metastasis? Probably not, but still, it's the risk is too high on it. As it can easily fall back down to its point of control at $10, which is $6 away. And I'm just not in the trusting mood. Okay. Sell off point of not point of control. ATR high down here at 35 cents. Low is at 25 cents. 17 million shares traded on that one. Hey, finding a little turnaround point, 1684. Then mark that up. See if this continues to hold it down. And get down there and go ahead and break this little flat bottom around the 1330s. Has room from there down here to the 1111s. So I can go ahead and get rid of this one. Remove. Almost 20 million on mask. Let's go look at the overall market. That's what I didn't look at. Overall market, maximize sale size. So it had gapped up from, it had this little uptrend here. Let me draw that. So let's stand to the right, big gap up. We'll see if it continues to hold. A lot of times with the Nasdaq, when it does these swings, it swings back to these levels, swings back to these trends, and shows us either strength or weakness through them. Sometimes the swings are all the way through them, and then it recovers back up to them. So it's very hard to try to get a single correct trade on the Nasdaq. Is I've seen the trading that we've seen so far is just get a good position, start a good position, and then try to play it from there. Maybe get the best price that you think possible, and if it does drop a little bit more, it's okay. Because this thing has been quite volatile here in December. As you can see back here on Thursday of last week, had a big swing down, and people were like, "Oh boy!" and then swung back up, then swung down, and then swung all the way back up to the highs. So very volatile market that we're in. Okay, so Rad did end up coming back down here. A breakdown of 1324 is going to be putting it into a very weak position going downward. A mask about to hit 20 million shares traded, which is okay if people want to focus here in China. Definitely looking for a big fall off of here, but I'm gonna continue to watch mask for now, I guess. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So let's see. Hong Kong did pop up a little bit. It has 21 million shares traded, so really nothing in the micro floats is challenging it. RADX just sitting at 6 million, slowing down there, so not too much interest over there. YC up, it's actually moving up now. So made a low here of 45 cents, high of 81. We'll see if it continues to be the watcher out of the morning. If it does, what is that telling us on Monday morning? Chill out. Chill out, especially if you trade on TOS. If you're trading anything else that, maybe giving you opportunities on it, it is the thing where people are looking, but it's also the most risky. So definitely be careful. Hong Kong, People's Republic took many souls from 80. And the thing is, with these, even when I traded YCBD, I had to take 2,600 shares just to make, the money that I made. These lower prices cause you to oversize. So if you oversize into something that makes no sense or is not good for you, it's going to punish you badly for trading it. So if these people that bought up here at 81 cents that were expecting it to rip to $1, now down 40 cents on, maybe they could have taken 10,000 share positions, right? And that's not where we want to be. RADX continues to mope its way on back down to this 1350. ICB team. Good morning, Donnell. Morning, everybody else. If you all are seeing anything that you all are interested in or looking at for pre-market, definitely throw it in the chat. Let's go and look at some the overall news as well. Look at that. See what we got over here. So OpenAI is the 2025 Yahoo Finance Company of the Year. And this comes after their red alert that they did a couple weeks ago, right? Because they did a red alert saying they were falling behind and all of that. And now their front page talking about 2025 Company of the Year, which makes sense, they're trying to save themselves with news headlines and things, but we'll see. Other things here, Microsoft's AI Edge isn't all open AI, and Wall Street loves it. So Microsoft coming into the fold. So we had Google kicking out the Gemini, and now we have Microsoft's AI Edge coming through. All right, so US back to 7.4 billion Korean zinc smelter as China tightens grip. Trump's opinion would have no weight if he's Fed's chair. Asset said OpenAI CFO, no changes right now on hardware device. Wall Street sees AI bubble forming and is betting that on what pops it. Alphabet poised for another paper gain as SpaceX valuation jumps. U.S. stock futures rise as big week of data kicks off. Rumba maker iRobot goes bankrupt. Plans Chinese owner. So Rumba is the little things that run around your house and vacuum and clean and all of that stuff. They are going bankrupt. So that is why iRobot was down so much. They're down 66% on the day. Citi sets 2026 S&P 500 target at 7,700. Expects AI to remain key theme. Theia Energy previews Helios. Its Pixel-inspired fusion power plant. Immunome's experimental drug meets main goal. Backbox Trump administration pivots to buying stakes in critical sectors. Cencora to take majority control of OneOncology to expand cancer services. Israeli tech sector annual deals a listing jump to 59 billion, PwC says. Iran's RAL currency sinks to a record low of 1.3 million to the US dollar. Wow. All right, so let's go look at the most current things. This is the most current. I'm gonna refresh. It's current. Okay, yeah, this is current. Come on, big boy. What you got? Let's look while it's loading that. Back at Mask, low was 45 cents.
Welcome to the Opening Bid Unfiltered podcast. I'm Yahoo Finance Executive Editor Brian Sozzi. There's been one company at the very center of the AI trade this year. That is none other than OpenAI. OpenAI has won Yahoo Finance's 11th annual Company of the Year award. Here is why. First, it undeniably led the market narrative for investors in 2025. When it announced big deals, stocks popped. When it said something cautionary, stocks got hit. Second, OpenAI secured scores of new transformational deals with large public companies such as NVIDIA, AMD, and Oracle. And three, its year of deal-making will likely see the company end the year as the world's most valuable private business, with an estimated valuation of $500 billion, according to Yahoo Finance data. I sat down exclusively with OpenAI CFO Sarah Friar to go inside the company's next chapter. Sarah, always good to see you. Thank you for doing this. Congratulations on winning this award. I know it's busy times for you, which we will get into, so thank you for doing this. What has your year been like as CFO of OpenAI? Can you put it into one word?
It has been busy.
He's rich.
But thank you, Brian. So first of all, we're energized to get an award like this. It, really cements, I think, what ChatGPT has become, which is the world's default intelligence layer. On top of that, compute has become the foundation of this next era of AI. And I think thirdly, it's been a year where we have really hit kind of this day one of the next phase for OpenAI. We became a public benefit corp. We've raised a lot of capital with a really strong balance sheet. And we've seen, as you said, a lot of the ecosystem.
All right, so Mask is just popping around. I was looking to see if we could find some type of downtrend on it, but it keeps popping up here. Up to that 61. Wait on that. Got some idea of some type of uptrend and then another one inside of it, but no real downtrend yet. As 29 million shares traded, up 91%. So this is where people are looking. We're gonna need to see it fade before anything else can really come and take the reins. Man, the wind is blowing outside. Hope my internet don't go out. Got these little chimes outside that make a lot of noise, or well, when the wind's blowing hard, they make a lot of noise. And they are screaming out there. First I thought it was a TV or something. Sound like a TV channel or something, but no, that's the wind. All right. Red throwing more wicks down. It had a double bottom right there at the $13. I think it's going to end up being able to push through that, getting weaker and weaker as Mask gains more and more volume. 30 million shares traded on Mask. There needs to break over 60, or it's going to possibly break down here to around the 45-ish level. Let's see. I really expected cannabis to be a stronger player on this morning, especially with how Friday went, but I'm not taking my eyes completely off of it. I would like to see Catalyst again, but We'll see. And the reason that it moved was because President Trump said he was going to move it to a Schedule 2 and then a Schedule 3 drug. So it's not seen, in the same light as heroin. So that's why it was up quite a bit on Friday. But see mask coming on down through there. Got another idea down here. See if we can break that down. Wrong way. All right, so now we got a little bit of a downtrend right through here. This is the only uptrend we really have from this low of 30 cents. Starting to see a little bit more structure. 32 million shares traded on it. Then OCG has 68, but it doesn't have any catalyst with 68 million shares traded on it. The only reason that I touched YCBD on Friday is because the whole sector was up. The whole sector. That's the only reason. Not just looking for these penny stocks to be trading. Wow, RADX went on down. So following that downtrend down, like I said, it had room down here to this 1111, and it kind of tested this with some indecision, and now the 1111 is coming into focus. 9 million shares traded on it. YCB still pushing up slowly, but just the volume is not there on today. On down to this downtrend, thinking about it, getting a pennant formation here. I like to see a mask can get 68 million shares traded before they open and become the leader, since it does have the catalyst. This is what I'm referring to over here. So number 2 on the day in percent gain is OCG, but it is actually leading in the volume on the day. Point of control is at 55 cents, and now it's starting to slip. Still has this room to play in this pennant up here to this high of 51. See if it actually does that. Okay, so let's see if it goes up here and gets shoved back down off of these highs here. 34 million shares. So even on that was a million share move right there. staying within this downtrend though. Okay, right up on it now. Let's see if it can get back. So weakness will be back through the 46, and then strength will be trying to hold up this uptrend here. So it needs to hold above 48s. Show strength here. $35 million shares traded. 46. Get another uptrending idea, or will it break the lows here? So back over 50 cents is what it's looking like it's trying to get to. 5 minute, 15 minute don't look the strongest. Easily turn around and get back up to that 50 cents if it finds a little bit of strength here. Okay. Now it just needs to get over 50. Green over 48, and let's see if you can hold up this this new uptrend idea here. Oh man, it broke the bottom just a little. Oh, it's right on it. 46. Using that previous uptrend as a little bit of resistance now. RADX went back up there to this level once again, so it's forming a new outlier. Fix here. Two descending ideas. We really had three. One back here. Well, we just erased it, but three descending ideas there. This one's out of, I mean, this thing, there's no way it's going to reach this one, so that's why I cleared it. We got two descending ideas, needs to get back. Never did touch that 1111, but again, finding that those sellers right in that gap. Mask. This uptrend is really causing it some problems. So a break of 46 right now would be horrible for it. That will be the third time this come down here and get squeezed down. Point of control has also moved down as well to 49 cents. Easy break for it. RADX. Okay. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a slower Monday, but we saw this last week too, though. Monday was slow, and then, you know, Tuesday and Thursday kind of brought the game up. We're able to squeeze off some profits. was some better profits. I think I still found a catalyst that was semi-worthy on Monday. The test down here has yet to, well, there's the break. There's hopping on there. Secondary idea. See how that holds down. Room back here to the ATR highs. Definitely broke down this uptrend though. That. Let it sink. 37 million shares traded on it. RADX continues to hold in this gap here. Continue to throw mini wicks. Don't want to ignore wicks though. Wicks are telling us something. They're telling us, hey, this isn't just indecision. There's something big here. Now that something big could get pushed off, could get pushed up, but that float and all of that, I don't know. Let's see if it gets slammed. Last indecisive wick was down here at 1424. We'll see what a breakdown of that looks like at 1424. And then pick up some momentum to the downside. Yeah, Dracov, I was looking at that earlier. The float, it's a red flag because if your outstanding shares is 7 million, your float should be under your outstanding shares. There's no way you can have a 7 million outstanding, or yeah, 7 million outstanding shares in a 1 point whatever 65 billion float. And so that was a red flag on this, and that's why I'm just watching it. You know, basically, if I can't trade it, I'm still going to practice on finding structure if I can find it, and see if those structures end up holding up no matter what. So it's basically like either way it goes, I'm going to get something out of watching this. But I'm still like, all right, that's a huge red flag. Let me not lose money on that. But let me practice with it. Coming back up here to 1687. So this is another outlier peak. Well, this will be, well, it hasn't finished the candle yet. Let's let it finish the candle first. And then we'll bring it down. But these were levels that I got off the daily chart this morning where it keeps coming back up to. This was a high and low gap fill, and then a possible daily down here at 11. See if it continues to hold down here under 1654. Has 11 million shares on it. Breaks back down. Switch back to mask real quick, see where it's at. Still following that trend down. OCG, nothing much. YCB, the cannabis one, nothing much really. I probably watched that one during the open because of how well it moved on Friday, but it just doesn't have the catalyst today that it had on Friday. This one, So barely peaked this little 1675 level. We'll see if it falls here hard. Okay, let's go ahead and get that marked up. Possible descent incoming. Another downwards ideal. Right. Activate this and all right. Yeah, I saw that it's 7 million on, and that's why I think it's a I don't like data mismatches. I want your data to add up. If it's a mismatch, I'm like, it makes me sweat a little bit when it's a mismatch. I'm like, what should I go with? Should I think this is a low float and trade it with the expectation of it to move really big, or should I take that face value that it doesn't even know what it is? So, I'm more along the lines of taking it at face value and believing what it's showing me, rather than assuming, my hopes and dreams. You know. And this is a Australian company as well, out of Carlton, Australia. I'm not sure, how big the cancer medicines are coming from Australia. I don't even know if they're known for creating brain cancer medicines or whatnot. I'm not sure. Mask circling back up, another outlier into downtrend. Okay. Basically, today is avoiding the fire, not giving back the profit of yesterday, and looking for the next catalyst that is worthy of money of getting into. Buy low, sell high. I kind of like the catalysts that go down first on the day, especially when they're good and they make this irrational move down. Man, I'm like, yes, sir. Let me get some of that. They go down. I'm like, yes. Some more, please. At least it will create some hype in the market, yeah, for sure. One of the ones that I was looking at, Mask. So Mask Catalyst here is they're trying to build AI data centers. The only problem is Mask is a Hong Kong Chinese company, so I'm looking for an American-based company to put out some similar news, or somewhere else to put out some similar news that's not China. Mask is blocked on TOS, and I just want to get a little trickle down effect from this AI data center. I just like to profit off the competition, because sometimes China does something, US is like, oh, we can do it better, or some other countries like, oh, we could do it better. And that's what I'm looking for on these types of plays. The previous week we had topics to keep in mind from November 30th, and I really just recently started using this think log or whatever, so you can actually take notes. But topics that we had was gold, AI tokenization, then we moved to EV batteries, and then chip sector incentives. Then we moved to cannabis on Friday, and now today we getting AI data center. And so that's what I'm looking for this week to pop. RAD still moving back into this level, still on a descent. Mask with 41 million shares traded. Creating those lower lows. Got a lot of stocks that already have 10 million shares traded on the morning though. iRobot down 72% because Roomba, the Roomba cleaner robots company, is going out of business or going bankrupt. PAVS, we saw that one last week. That one's got 28 million. ATPC 11 million. There's a lot of trading going on in this morning without any catalysts. I like it. That means that there's stupid people in the market. So that we can probably capitalize on it, especially if they lose today on Monday morning. That is good, a good sign. That means that even though there's nothing to trade, people are not sitting on their hands. They're playing piano out here in the market. I like it. So we wait for the setup and wait to squeeze them out. Give them the award that they've been looking for. RADX trying to hold higher. Continues to get slammed into this little gap here. I think this one's gonna make a bigger move down. It's done this multiple times up here, failing this level. Looking for a big slam down, maybe possibly back to 13s or so. Got 13 million shares traded. All right. Well, we've seen, and we have not conquered. We've just conquered ourselves. And at this, I don't even feel tempted to trade any of these with what we've seen today. It's not even like, oh man, I wish I could trade that. No, I'm good. I want it to sell itself to me. I don't want to have to do the hard sell and be like, oh man, well, I'm just looking for 102 reasons to trade this. I want it to be front, like something that's easy to find, easy to see. This thing means business and it is undervalued. That's all I want, man. I want to find the undervaluation, the underappreciation. And then when people go and read, because we start off our day reading, most people, they'll get into the trade, then read and be like, oh, let me add to this. They're like, and I've seen people do that. They do the multi where you take multiple entries. They'll get it, like as soon as they see it, they'll just get in a little bit. And then they'll go read and they're like, do I want to add this position or do I want to cut it? And then they'll start to add during the day. And so that's why a lot of times during coming into intraday, we see these big dip offs where people are taking profit. Let's say they go and read and they see that it's trash and it just dumps, right? But then on the other hand, when it's a good catalyst and it's continuing to dump, people are buying. They're buying, buying, buying. And that's why I like this volume profile to show me exactly where the majority of trades are on any given ticker. CG. Okay, let's go back up to red. Yeah, this does look like it's building up for a fake breakout. At this point, if it falls all the way back down here, I don't care. That off of here. And now it's starting to just look flat, actually. Coming into this consolidation and forming a panel. Kind of looks like some type of channel right here, top and bottom, starting to flatten out. If it breaks the bottom side of this, 12, whatever, 12, 13s, it's going to be looking real bad. And I think it can get down there very quickly. Masks continuing to sell off as well. All that love that it had. I don't think. Regular trend. Or to fall into non-existence. Anyway, This thing is really building up a trap here. Right under the 16 levels. Because we saw a spike down back here. We saw a big fall off. It got bought up. 16s is very questionable. That volume coming in on that volume profile. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Will we see a big fall through 1539 here? This is why we pay attention to these wicks on, especially on the 1 minutes. If the 1 minute's pretty clean, it's it's some pretty clean trading. But 15-minute having big wicks, I mean, it doesn't mean as much, but a very dirty 1 minute, it could get spicy. Let's see, 1539 was that gap. Is it gonna come back into this gap hard and heavy? Hard and heavy. There it is. I would like to see that volume profile come in, see where that volume's coming in at. Straight down to 1539. Let's see if it continues, picks up momentum down through this 1433. Yeah, boy, look at there. They set that up perfectly. Wow. Let's see if they can push it on down through 1433s now. More volume coming in there. Already shown weakness. Shorts are going to be excited. Bottom side of this is 1459. Wow. This thing's popped back up there. I bet they stopped some folks out and got them mad now. Let's see if they can get those buyers to react and get back in for another dump. Okay, where was I? Mask still holding up here. So bottom now. It did this before. It had a little triple bottom here and then ended up falling through it. So 41 is the spot right now. Oh, can't put that on there yet. See if we can get on down through 1433 here. Easy push. 1450 breakdown. 1450, 1433, go ahead and do it. Drop it. Do a little wick. 39. Wow. They're still playing in this gap. Interesting. Here to YCB. Go ahead and get rid of some of these because they got a new upwards idea now that I didn't notice at first. Now we have this, a higher low here. And that's what it needs to break down. As far as the downwards, I mean, you could go there, but I'm not sure about it. See how it squeezes in this level here. From the low, pre-market low here, have this level. So we'll see what ends up holding there. Okay. 1428, but still not selling through that 1433 heavily. Have a upwards idea here. Back here on up, and we'll see how that holds, if it's a breakdown or not. More and more of those top and tails, and they're not clean trading. Mask making its way down as well. So you may be asking yourself, what do I look for during when I'm finding structure? What do I look for? What I'm looking for is a breakdown of a obvious up and down trend, like out of the pennant, and a recovery. So to start kind of trading back up around here, maybe 47, 46. But I mean, not on this stock, but just giving you an idea of what I'm looking for. Looking for it to get back over the trend and start to try to hold it up, right? That's what I'm looking for on good catalyst with a reason to get back up. So I'm looking for a breakdown, a little trading down here, pop back through, a hold up here, and continue to walk up this trend. But I tell you what, this thing won't fall. But this one is kind of doing what I'm talking about. It had a move down and coming back up, but the only problem is it's got these red flags on it. So, you know, yeah, this is kind of the setup that I will be looking for it to start walking back up this trend. But no, not with these red flags, not with that float that big. Masks coming back down, thinking about invalidating the first level, and then has the secondary level here at the 42s. I just don't feel the excitement on these anymore, to be honest. All right, well, anyway, I've pretty much covered everything I needed to cover for today. I will be watching for those ideas to bring something to fruition with the AI data centers. Also, I will still be watching the cannabis stocks if a catalyst pops some more, but when Trump says something, it's more like a one-time thing until it starts to kind of, you know, other people start to get on board. So I'm not sure how that's going to carry with no more catalysts on that whole cannabis thing. So we could get some grind up, like on YCB this morning. We saw a little bit of grind up, but I need clear catalysts to be taking these trades, especially on these cheaper stocks. I need clear catalysts. But anyway, that is it for me today. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one tomorrow morning pre-market. To be honest, I have not been finding a whole lot of pre-market trades. I've been finding structure during pre-market, which has been helping me during intraday. But as far as just hot pre-market trades, I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm making money during intraday. It is what it is. So I just kind of stuck to that, looking for that catalyst and doing my due diligence for now. If the market shifts, I'll shift too. But for now, it's working. I've taken 6 trades on this month. So here are my trades right here. 6 trades, all of them are nice and green. So coming on through the month at 100% accuracy. So we're looking for the, you know, the catalyst and to continue to push on. But yeah, that is it for me today. We went over some news. We went over, the best case scenarios for these stocks, which we couldn't find. And that's all we can do. Let the market sell itself to us. Because as traders, we play every position. We're the sellers, the buyers, the CEOs, the janitors. We're every position. So, you have to check every single, hey, what's the cleanup on this? What's the risk to reward? What's the value in the overall environment of the market today? What's being talked about? All of this stuff. And then we take our trade and we try to get some green out the market. But yep, that's it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.